Right, lastly, just to sort of close off before we finish up, obviously, as you mentioned earlier on, Russell Martin was on 5 Live last night with Mark Chapman and our very own Chris Sutton. What was your take on what he had to say? Sort of held his hands up, admitted he was to blame for the way his Rangers career crumbled. Only regrets he had, I thought was quite interesting, he said, was in some aspects he probably went too far, made too many changes, especially to the squad, too soon. But in terms of his tactical sense, it was interesting to hear him say he probably should have not only just stuck to his guns a bit more, he probably should have went further with the style of play, which I must admit, having sat the first 7 league games of the season trying to work out what it was that he was doing as they passed the ball endlessly along the back line, can you get on board with what he was trying to say last night?
Listen, certain bits. I mean, it was great to finally hear him speak after this long speak about Rangers, but I don't know, you just always get the sense with Russell Martin that as much as he talks a good game, he still doesn't quite get it. Do you know what I mean? In terms of being the Rangers manager. And look, as I touched on earlier on with like Giga and Fernandes, he's probably right to say he needed more time. There was a huge amount of change. We all know that at boardroom level and on the pitch in terms of new players and all that. So he probably did, would have needed more time to try and get it right. But he knows and we know you just don't get that time. And I think he'll look back, he touched on it last night, I think he'll look back and realise he should have probably done things differently. And in terms of the tactical stuff, as you've said there, I mean, it's okay to say that now. I mean, we were there, we were sitting watching a Rangers crowd going apoplectic at times with some of the this style of play and some of the passing and the lack of pace and the lack of speed in terms of moving the ball. So it was a bad period. It's probably easy to kind of forget just how bad it was when you were there at the time. And look, I know he's held his hands up to certain bits saying it was his fault, and I'm glad about that, because I think when something goes wrong like that as a manager, I think you're better just coming out and saying, look, it didn't happen for me. I made some bad decisions. Maybe the wrong club for him in terms of the style that he wants and how he operates as a manager. There's no shame in that. He just wasn't. He just wasn't cut out to be Rangers manager for one reason or another. And I'm sure, listen, he'll get other jobs. He's obviously that. I'm assuming that'll be him back now. Being quite
down opportunities since.
Aye, but I'm sure he'll be more visible now in the media, and that'll probably be the start last night of him getting kind of back involved and getting his name out there. And I'm convinced clubs will make him offers, and there'll be clubs out there that are perfectly suited to Russell Martin's style of management. Unfortunately, Rangers wasn't one of them. And listen, I hope I'm wrong, because I actually quite liked him as a guy when he was here. But the big question is, will he ever get to manage as big a club as Rangers in the future?